Hey. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Kathy, and it is October 22nd. We've been having a very animated conversation before all of this started. If you ever want to join in, just come in early to the Sunday ceremony. It's an exciting time to be here. So just to bring a little context, we still have this horrible thing going on in the Middle East between Gaza and Israel. We still have the horrible things going on in the Ukraine. And we have horrible things going on in many different places of the world, wherever you are. And some of it is violence where lots of people are being killed, thousands of people are being killed, and some is violence where one or two or three are being killed. And we need to be able, as Amma says, to be in your heart source. And before we started this, I was chatting with Amma about what do we talk about? What are you going to talk? And she's going to be talking today. And she wants to lead us through a process with spiritual Lovefare in which we change how we're viewing things, still being fully protected with the heart source, the sword, the violet flame, and still sending loving energy out to those places, but with a different, not mindset, view, imaging differently in what we're going to do. So I just noticed we've got all the, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Sometimes I don't pay attention what's in our background, and I've got all kinds of junk there, so I'm going to blur it all. So let's see what she's going to do, Amma's going to do. But first, heart source. Bring your attention to the front of your heart chakra and go deep within. And now move around to the back and go into the back of your heart chakra. Again, going deep within. Now move into the front of your third eye, your brow chakra. Again, going deep within. And go around into the back of your third eye, the back of the brow chakra there in the back of your head. And again, go deep within. Somebody is a little bit to the left. Just kind of move a little bit to the center. There we go. Good. And now form a beam of energy. You can either intend it or draw it, however, but connecting your heart to your third eye. Goes right up the middle of you. Send that beam of energy straight up to the center of the universe. And straight down to the center of the earth. And you are now grounded above and below. I love that. Grounded above and below. The paradox of it all. I'm asking whether to finish the other protection or clear the chakras first. She said, clear the chakras first and just declare. Chakras spin as fast as is safe for me. Breathe in energy from above and below and allow it to meet in your heart. And then as you exhale, send it throughout your body, up and down through your chakras and outward, where it goes through the meridians and other little energy centers. Ask your chakras to keep spinning as fast as they are. We're going to do that a little bit longer. Here we go. And I got a sense that there was a lot of congestion leaving. It's still leaving you. Good. Now declare, I am the sword. If you don't know what that is, that's the sword of Michael the Archangel. If you have not received the sword from Michael the Archangel, simply ask Michael to be there with you. Hold out your dominant hand and ask Michael if you can have his sword, and he will gladly place it hilt first in your dominant hand. And just hold that sword in your hand, but move it point up right in front of your heart. And now place it within your heart. And now all you have to do to activate the sword and for you yourself to be the sword is say, I am the sword. And those of you who can feel the energy can feel your energy expanding. Good. And now deep within the front of the third eye is the violet flame. And I never knew that until we were channeling the book, The Hidden Structures. And that's where we had it revealed to us that the violet flame is there deep within the third eye. And just say, violet flame activate. Now, when I say it, my intention is always along the seventh layer of the aura. And because that has been said so often, when you ask your healing team to activate the violet flame or Saint Germain to activate the violet flame, it goes around the seventh layer of your aura. So you now have 3 forms of protection going on. Now we're going to expand that protection. Heart source, extend to the furthest reaches of my aura or the tips of my fingers when holding my arms horizontally, whichever is larger. There you go. Now we move into the healing lecture room. There is a floor of light below us, all of us, anybody listening to this at any time, floor of light below us, a canopy of light above us, pillars of light in each of the 4 corners, and surrounding the perimeter are angels of many, many different bands. I see Archangel Michael's band. I see Archangel Golden's band. I see Gabriel's band. Who are you? And the answer was, I am me. Okay. I see that Archangel's band right there. You might be able to feel, those of you who are experienced to this, probably feel or know that there's so much around you. And this is another form of protection. There we go. And there is a central pillar in this wonderful healing lecture room. And within this pillar are all manner of wonderful, wonderful beings who are on the other side in other dimensions, if you want to call it that. And they are coming in. And as I'm told that many of you may see different groups coming in because your energy is attracted to different people. The ones that I see are Yeshua and Buddha. For me, always are leading the group coming in, and they are having a good time. This is not a solemn group, by the way. There are people that are more reticent than others or quieter than others, just like we have in either group. Buddha and Yeshua are always chatting and smiling, and they wave at people. I also see Mother Mary and Mary of Magdala and Quan Yin, White Buffalo Calf Woman, Athena, the energy of Athena. Lately, I've been seeing Kali, Kali, if you're not familiar with her. You can look it up. There you go. Wakul is coming in. They call him the Tibetan. He is coming in. This is interesting. There's a whole group of beings coming in, and they are the Dalai Lamas, not the one we currently have, but all in the past that are on the other side. I haven't seen them before here. They may have been, I just am aware. Good. The Chohans of the various rays. Good. And now Hilarion, who is the Chohan, the head of the fifth ray, the green jade ray of healing, has stepped forward. And interestingly enough, Mother Mary, Yeshua's earthly mother, has stepped forward. And Quan Yin has stepped forward. And they are going to be guiding us in healing. So this is the healing room. Later it will turn into a lecture room. And Hilarion is inviting each person to make themselves comfortable in either a green jade chair of healing or a green jade bed or table. Whatever it is that you wish, make yourself comfortable. It is very comfortable. We think of jade as being a hard mineral, and it is, but we are in a different dimension right now. They're making it comfortable for you. And that green energy of healing is surrounding you. And Hilarion was saying to me, notice how just as in jade, you have different colors of green that are there, different shades. There are different shades in your chair, your bed, according to the vibration that you need. So remember, the heart chakra is mostly green. It's been changing, but it's mostly green. And much of the healing energy that is sent to us is green. And Quan Yin said, the green that you often see when the leaves first come out after winter, that new green. And that's for rejuvenation, for renewal. And then there is the green that is the darker green many of the trees turn into. That often the evergreen trees. And that is for stability. And now Hilarion says, each one of you from your heart, please verbalize. And if you need to verbalize it out loud and you want to unmute, you can do that. Or you can just be right there in your heart and say what it is that you are putting forward. And Hilarion says, this is for you personally. We will include everyone you have in your mind and heart that you were concerned about. But right now, this is for you.
I have several.
Go ahead, Carolyn.
Having a hard time healing the inflammation in my wrists. with the medicine that I'm on. And I'm having a hard time with the tissue around my metal knees. That is causing a problem. I also have an inguinal hernia, which has basically made me go around in circles. It's on my right side. So yes, I was doing a lot of circles.
Okay.
I really walk, and I have a challenge for myself. I want to get off my BiPAP machine, and I want 80 pounds off my body by October of 2024 so I can get off my BiPAP machine. I'm going to hold my doctor to it. My respirologist said so.
Okay. Anybody else?
Mimi has a request. And
She's not here today?
no, she's not here today. And you might want this at a different time, but it's best for me to do it now. She would like to have her entire family in the healing circle.
Okay.
And then for me, I would like to find the joy and the happiness I lost when Joe left.
Okay.
I just want to be finally free of being trauma bound. All the little nuances and such. I want you just to be, I'm no longer trauma bound. I'm free to be me without the guilt.
Okay. Any of these relating to other people? That happens so often. You don't have to raise your hand. I just happen to be able to see you, but you do need to unmute.
The trauma bond and the family stuff.
Family
It's-
stuff?
Yeah, is quite a lot, and the lack of emotional support.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emotional support. So many of us have missed that, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
I didn't know your name because it comes up as user on your.
Yeah, I'm Lorelei.
Oh, Lorelei. Okay, wonderful.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Good.
Anybody else? Okay. So now, Quan Yin is standing, she's multi-dimensional, so she can stand next to all of us. And she is standing with her vase of compassion. And Mother Mary is standing with her. And she has an oil in her hand, and she is anointing each person on the third eye and the heart, which are the two chakras that are connected by word in the heart source. She asks you to open yourself, both of them ask you to open yourself to compassion for yourself. And Hilarion he showed me a control panel, and he's grinning about it because it's a metaphor of where he is managing the frequency through your healing team of the vibration to receive. Compassion for yourself, for the suffering that you're experiencing emotionally, mentally, physically, for the suffering you're experiencing from lack of understanding by those that you love the most, and that we feel that, well, you should understand me. Can't you understand where I'm coming from? Can't you understand my pain? Breathe in that energy of compassion for yourself. And well, this is Mother Mary. She's saying, see all of that energy of self-compassion that you're being sent, surrounding that energy within you where you resist self-compassion. So there's a difference between self-compassion and victim consciousness. Self-compassion and breathe out that energy that is taking away the victim consciousness and replacing it with self-compassion. She says, what's the difference? The difference is that victim consciousness is, why does this have to happen to me? Self-compassion is an acceptance of what is happening. And in many ways, you're resisting being compassionate for yourself. You may say, well, I do all the right things. How am I failing? And many times that's what we think. And the victim consciousness is, I do all the right things. Why is this happening to me? But it's, I'm doing all the right things and coming into acceptance of whatever this is in your path in life. It seems like a small difference, but it's a distinct difference. Then she just told me what else we're going to do. And it's like I resist that. And so what this thing is that I'm resisting is, she says, now open yourself to be able to receive compassion for those who do not accept that you, who do emotional abuse or any other kind of abuse, for those who do not accept your pain and basically try to minimize your pain. The compassion for them is to recognize how deeply they are wounded, that they cannot accept your pain. And Mother Mary and Quan Yin and Hilarion, all three of them, almost like a chorus, are saying, I recognize your pain. I have had that pain. And they're saying, we know that pain. And Quan Yin is saying, this is like a multiple channeling thing. Quan Yin is saying, when you are able to have compassion for those who do not know how to find compassion for others in any particular area, then that is the road to detachment. That's something, when I heard that, it's released something within me. And now hold in your mind, you can do it in your heart, however you image your families. And so often our families are the initial and primary abusers, are they not? They may not know that they are, but the lack of acceptance of who we are, and we probably joined in that in some way. And from your heart, send them compassion, send them love. Ask that they receive the desires of their heart. And most do not know the desire of their heart. And Hilarion, Mother Mary, Quan Yin, we ask you to send the exact vibration of love each one of us needs to be able to have that compassion for ourselves and for others. Send through us the exact vibration of love needed to go through the generations of my family and bring healing to wherever that began. And we also ask for the exact vibration of love needed for ourselves to receive the physical healing. And your healing team will adjust that frequency, that vibration for you. I see things going into the musculoskeletal system. I see things going into tears and wounds. There's a lot of energy going through some kidneys to dissolve the stones, however small they are, in kidneys and bladder. And the message I received is those stones form from the resentments that we have that many times inhibit us from releasing that. That's, and another way of saying it is from detaching. Right now, they're kind of hitting on all the things I've been working on for myself lately. Some people make the mistake of thinking that because I bring forth some of this thing, I do everything they say, and that's not exactly true. In fact, it's not true at all. Just as human. Amma and Abba, we ask you to go into our families, the relationships, the bonds that we have with each member of our family. We ask you to dissolve the bonds which are chains. Sometimes I see it as rusty barbed wire. That's probably from my Texas background. Rusty barbed wire. We ask you to dissolve, however it is we image those, the chains that we have with family. And Mother Mary said, and that includes family of choice. To dissolve that, to replace that with love, to send forth through each member of our family, as much as they are willing to allow, the frequency of energy needed to dissolve those chains, that rust, whatever, however you image it. And Quan Yin is saying, it is true that you can only dissolve your own rust, your own chains, which invites others to dissolve theirs on a soul level if it is time. But at least if you dissolve yours, the negativity, at least if you dissolve yours, there's half as much as there was before. Allow that energy to move through you. And now allow energy of your love to connect to the other people. And the more we release, the healthier our bodies become, because we give more energy to our bodies to come into balance. And Mother Mary stands forth and she says, our deepest wounds come through our family, whether it is genetic or family of choice. And she is asking each one of us, this is just for her little process she wants us to do, is to look within our heart and notice the rose that is representative of our family. She says, why a rose? Because, oh, it hurts when the thorns are there, does it not? And the beauty of the flower is there. And what she's going to tell you, what she's going to ask us to do, so you can decide how you're going to do this. And she says, yes, some of you will come up with different flowers, and that's okay. Is that you are going to take that rose that has the thorns and the beautiful flower that is there of whatever color you want. And she is going to go around with her a different vase or vase, not the one that holds the compassion, but the one that is going to hold your compassion. And she's going to ask each one of you to put your rose and other flower, if you choose that instead, in the vase, and she will fill it with your compassion and her compassion and release it to the Creator. So look into your heart and see what color that rose is. And she says roses are of all colors. You've seen them. And you may even have different colored roses in your heart. Choose the one that represents family. And remember, it's of origin and choice. Choice can be partners, best friends. There you go. And as you place that rose into the vase, and some of you may already have done that, I release you, I release this relationship into the love of the Creator. I accept the plan that I had with this person or these people. So we're going to do spiritual love fair about 3 different ways. The first is for you. You're already there in the sword and with the violet flame in yourself. See yourself as the sword in whichever way you want to, transmuting energy within you by the power of the sword. If you're wondering, how do I do that? I can just tell you how I'm doing it is I am declaring I am the sword. And I see the energy rising up. It's literally coming from the bottom, rising up within me and going throughout, looking for those areas that need to be transmuted, for where there is any congestion in any of my chakras in my gut. It's mainly in my gut. And just allow that to be. You are doing spiritual love fair with yourself. And now you're going to do spiritual love fair with your family. And remember, this is your family of origin and your family of choice. And I want you to invite them all into your healing circle. It is your personal healing circle with them. Call upon those who are your support team on the inner plane. Ask them to assist you with this spiritual love fair. And I am the sword, and stand there firmly, and they are doing the same, extending the sword of Michael over them. And form an image, whatever image it is that you wish, of your family in joy, in companionship, in harmony. It could be a big family reunion, and you see everybody enjoying each other. One of the symbols I see are 2 brothers who are so alienated from each other, enjoying each other. Hold that space. If there's any emotion in you, which is the low vibration that comes in, focus the sword energy on that emotion within you and just let it go. And send out the peace, the joy, the happiness, and that image of harmony and joy within your entire family of origin or choice. And now let us all join together in a huge circle ourselves. You are with yourself and your family and those, but this time we're all joining in a huge circle. Again, I am the sword. You have the violet flame around you. You are in your heart source. And see yourself surrounding, and you can make your choice of wherever you want to go. I'm thinking of Gaza and Israel. But if you want to do the Ukraine or you have another place of conflict, see yourself standing there with the sword and with all those that you invite to support you. And you have that wonderful energy of transmutation leaving you. And form an image of what harmony would be like. Sometimes it's kind of hard to form that image, isn't it? What would harmony look like there? It could be a huge marketplace where everybody is sharing things with each other. It could be a celebration of different people's traditions. It could be each other healing another. Doesn't matter what, I'm just pulling up ideas for people who may not know. See that happening. And what you're doing with your energy is you are sending that love energy out without attachment, and you are transmuting that which is not according to harmony or peace. And we're all just going to hold that for a couple of minutes. See the joy in the people as they interact with each other. And anytime the conflict tries to come in, just say heart source, I am the sword, and just refocus yourself. I want you now just to take a deep breath and come back. Know that you can do this at any time. This was different, wasn't it? So there's no other message than what we did as time is up here. Before I leave, though, does anybody want to say anything about the process?
This was awesome, awesome, awesome.
Different, but I found it.
Came in. I kept on feeling energy from my crown chakra and lots of energy. And when we did the spiritual love fair with the family, and we became Michael's sword, as soon as I started picturing myself as the sword, I used the imagery of gold and silver and the pink gold.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I started doing that, I got, wasn't it a sharp jolt of electricity, but it was a sharp energy that I felt on my left side. So that's my feminine side. It was awesome.
Thank you. Anybody else want to share?
Kathy,
Yes, Michelle.
I like things that are easy. And I think this is very easy. I think doing that imagery, we can do that anywhere, anytime.
Mhm.
And I appreciate that. So thank you. And we can use it not only for the war situations, but in all situations in our
Yes.
life. How it applies. And I always need anyway, that positive reinforcement and reminder to do something. And this was a great one. So thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Okay.
I want to thank everybody that joined in before we started with the chat, because I feel it grounds me. And I love you all. Thank you.
Mm.